All right, and we're now into the get it off your chest segment.
which has been a topic of discussion. Well, Trump has led a couple of these get it off get it off our chest segment. So we'll just jump right into it. President Trump had a joint address to Congress, which I guess uh, not a State of the Union, just I guess a speech in front of Congress. He started off by saying we have accomplished more in 43 days than most administrations accomplished in 4 years or 8 years, and we're just getting started. Thank you. I mean, okay, if you say so. But one of the biggest, things coming big from this, thing was Representative Al Green from the state of Texas kept interrupting the president to the point where he had to be escorted out, which he ended up getting reprimanded for by the House. Also, 10 Democrats actually sided in voting for. I forgot what the exact terminology for that was. But, Trump went on and was saying that over the past 6 weeks, I've signed nearly 100 executive orders, taking more than 400 executive actions, a record to restore common sense, safety, optimism, and wealth across our wonderful land. The people elected me to do a job, and I'm doing it. In fact, it has been stated by many that the first month of our presidency is our presidency. It's the most successful in the history. It's the most successful in the history of our nation by many. This is comical. What makes it even more impressive is that, do you know who number 2 is? George Washington. How about that? I don't know about that list, but we'll take it. So I don't know. Where you
Wait,
go?
am I understanding this correctly? Did he place himself above his? Did he place himself and his administration above
The first
that?
president.
Wow. Okay.
Sure, he did. And he went on later to compare Joe Biden, the worst president in American history. But, he went on pretty much to talk about, what he's doing against the border, immigration, all that good stuff. Getting applauded for renaming landmarks like the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America, or the cares. Rename Mount McKinley in Alaska. Beautiful Alaska. We love Alaska. Is that quote. Of course, he brought up DEI. We ended the tyranny of so-called diversity, equity, and inclusion in politics all across the entire federal government, and indeed the private sector and our military. Our country will be woke no longer. Okay, Trump. But what I really want to hit on is these numbers, and when she blaming the price of eggs on Joe Biden, which I don't see how Joe Biden had anything to do with the bird flu, but
Wow.
Joe Biden they go out there, and the audience actually booed him, booed Biden in that aspect. But let me get to our boy, Mr. Elon Musk, who probably wouldn't have surpassed Senate confirmation if he had us go through Senate confirmation. That's why he quote unquote leading a fake, I won't say fake, but a fake department, so to speak, Doge, Department of Government Efficiency, led by Elon Musk, who was in the gallery. Trump said, "Thank you, Elon. He's working really hard. He didn't need this. Thank you very much. We appreciate it. Everybody here, this side appreciates it, I believe. Just don't want to admit that." So here's the thing that, quote, quote, that this department has saved, the American tax dollars on. Just listen to some of the appalling waste we have already identified. Quote unquote, 22 billion from HHS to provide free housing and cars to illegal aliens, 45 million for DEI scholarships in Burma, 40 million to improve social and economic inclusion for immigrants. Nobody knows what that is, and that's the exact quote. I'm skipping that one because I don't want no smoke with those people. Y'all know who y'all are. I'm not bringing that up. I don't want no smoke with that. Quote unquote, 32 million for left-wing propaganda operations in Moldova, 10 million for male circumcision in Mozambique, 20 million for the Arab Sesame Street in the Middle East. It's a program, 20 million for a program. 1.9 billion to decarbonize homes. 0.9 billion to recently created decarbonizations of homes committees headed up, and we all know who's involved. Because at the last moment, the money was passed over by a woman named Stacey Abrams. 3.5 million consultant contract for fishing monitor. I mean, some of these numbers is just, I don't know where they put these numbers from. I
Yeah.
really want to know where they put the number from. And if this program is working how you say it's supposed to be working, I'm all for it. Like I said, these legit numbers, if we're actually wasting some of these money on some of these things, okay, so be it. If that's the case, why hasn't the deficit dropped?
Right.
Or if you cutting all this money, the deficit should automatically, go down.
Mm-hmm.
Because you quote unquote saving so much money in this wasteless spending. So I mean, like I said, another quote unquote 1.101 million for DEI contracts at the Department of Education, the most ever paid. I don't, like I say, if these numbers are legit, okay, good job, Mr. Good job. Where do you get these numbers from? Really, like I said, should do more research to fact check these numbers. Elon Musk is just, can I say this to not get in trouble? Because I don't need feds knocking at my door. So I guess I won't say it. But Elon Musk is just, there's no more than a glorified private sector person who's probably cutting costs and adding costs to programs that benefits his pockets. And we've been honest.
Yeah.
You probably cutting these things and cutting this and say, I'm gonna cut this, but guess what that money being reworked to? Well, I saved you $100 million in this one. Let's come up with some new space initiative to see who get back to the moon, and we'll give this funding to get back to the moon before the Russians or before the Chinese. And he got rockets and stuff that he trying to get to space. So you have to think this man is, like I said, who has, like I said, probably one of the wise, maybe he's one of the smartest businessmen. He's multi-billionaire. He got that somewhere by being smart. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But you can't tell me that you got all this money and you're taking a hobby to quote unquote clean up the government. No, that's baloney. There's no way that he's doing that and he's not profiting on the back end some kind of way.
Right.
And I don't know if you watch any of, and I don't want to cause no spoilers, so spoiler alert for those who haven't watched the first 2 episodes of Daredevil that
I've
just
seen
premiered
it.
on
Yeah.
Tuesday. Wilson Fisk, the Kingpin, is not a changed man. He clearly got into politics to push his criminal objectives. That's what Trump is. Representative Crockett, I can't remember her, Jasmine.
Jasmine. Yeah.
Crockett, I love her to death for calling it out what it is. He is a 35-time convicted felon. Come on.
Mm-hmm.
Who else get a job that many times as a convicted felon other than, people voting for the president of the United States who probably won't have these felonies on his, as 30 or 40 days in office. He's probably going to, pardon himself on all those counts.
Yeah.
So you can't tell me that this known billionaire, ain't pushing for, which I find it weird that, Trump, all about drilling oil and Elon as a electric car company. So
Yeah.
but I'm pretty sure there's some incentive, some tax rebates, some stuff that get cut. They'll put money into these multi-billion-dollar corporations.
Mm-hmm.
Like I say, if this money would get cut from the budget and we were seeing, inflation come down and this come down, then yeah, I'm happy about that. But who cares? Who cares if you quote unquote stop sending 10 million for people to get circumcised in whatever country, Mozambique or whatever I said? Yeah, who cares? Who 8 million for making? No, I can't say that. Never mind. I mean, who cares if you quote unquote saving money for on housing for illegal aliens? I mean, like I said, the working man, the working woman is like I said, he brought up the price of eggs. That's what people go grocery shopping. We want to see the price of grocery go down. But you got all these tariffs going on in these countries, and these countries are pushing back on America on something.
Yeah.
So there's so much product that we import for these countries, like Mexico, that we going at jeopardy of losing. I mean, you got all these quote unquote American name brand, like tequila and all this kind of stuff. But we ball down to it, they distilling Mexico.
Yeah.
So you might not get your Casamigos and your Patron or whatever the case may be. You might not get your Crown Royal from Canada. I mean, that just off the top of my head, the biggest, known imports, a lot of other imports. But these tariffs ain't helping. He claims he's going to help Americans save money. But, I mean, like I said, all that is good and well. You're saving money, quote unquote, for the government. You're trimming the fat, so to speak. But in my opinion, I just think it's just some made up numbers from somewhere that, nobody really cares about. I mean, because it's not putting money. Like I said, he loved putting his name on checks. So if you save that much money, hey, I see y'all struggling with inflation. Let's boost the economy. Let's send this many taxpayers this much money out since we saved it from getting, send it to people in Mozambique. Do that. I mean, like I said, I'm interested to see the State of the Union. State of the Union probably will come, mid-summer, early fall. But this joint, address to Congress was, this more so to say, hey, about his victory, so to speak, in my opinion. So I don't think there's nothing came from it. There's no outline of where he's going to take the country. I don't really think he brought up the military at all in this speech. I'm just messing at the transcript. Nothing. Just about him. Yeah, just about him. So I guess this was his, his campaign win address, so to speak. So we'll see if, like I said, it'd be interesting to see if any of that money that was quote unquote saved comes back to us normal guys and gals in the country, which I doubt.
What I want to see is, like you said, I want to see some results. If what they found can affect us, good. But otherwise, it's just all talk. And I'm fair because we've been getting on to the Democratic Party for being all talk. And what I don't appreciate is with the current regime, if it turns out to be all talk and we don't see no results, because during the campaigning, they, promise, okay, we do this, we do that. It's been the same, and I'm still seeing the same, pointing finger at what Biden did. Biden is out of office. That man is probably in a community somewhere right now. And why are we still talking about him? His time is up. Just, do what you said you were going to do. We found this, we found that. That's one thing. But if that can't be any substance put to what you found to affect the lives of the American people, then there's no point in bringing it up.
Yeah, I care less about, like I said, if it legitimately, like I said, we would get, okay, we saved this much money and I can see, the deficit drop. Or you can say, well, I'm taking this money that was spent in this area and we put it in the military, or we taking this, or we back in some other, needed program. And I'm all down for that. But just get there, thump your chest and say, hey, I save money or this. Elon's doing a good job at finding things, and you got federal workers who got to send in emails and all kind of crap telling you to tell what they have done in the last, 6 months, how they are worthy, so to speak. Come on now. Come on. And then a lot of these people they quote unquote try to fire is getting rehired a couple days later because you realize you actually need these people.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Like the whole Doge thing is crazy. I want to say Eli hasn't even sat in on a meeting with on the congressional side of things, oversight committee or the budgeting committee or nothing like that. So it's kind of pointless. Like I said, I want to know if he, like I said, if he's doing what he said he's doing, and saving the money he says you're saving,
Hmm.
then put the money back into the American people's pocket, put it into the military, put it into something other than just saying that you saved this money to say you saved this money.
Right.
Because,
Yep. I don't know. All I keep saying is we'll see.
let's see, but he bragging. He say 43 days in, and he has the best administration so far.
See,
After
but
43 days.
I thought the DEI thing was stuck at whatever Trump has been trying to put away. I'm pretty sure the DEI programs aren't done away with, unless I'm hearing the wrong story, because I thought a judge blocked it, his executive order.
I think you might be right. I have to look into that, but I think you might be right. Well, Alex, I know the Target's taking a hit,
Yeah.
in sales and all kind. They try to blame everything but the boycott. But then they slick. They say, "Oh no, this is a downtime of the year." Blah blah blah. No, people legit stopped shopping at you because you did away with, all the programs that you had in place.
Yeah.
So let's see. Okay, according to CarltonFields.com, so I don't know if it's a legit publication or not. So take it with a grain of salt, folks. As of February 25th, as February 21st, 2025, federal judge in Maryland blocked substantial portions of these orders, and the court rulings will have immediate, albeit potential temporary effects on, 2 DEI executive orders that Trump signed. So some certain parts of DEI that he tried to ban is, being sued, and federal judges are upholding, the right to have DEI policies in certain DEI policy practices in certain landscapes. But I think that'd be an ongoing battle with that. But for him to say that, he saved so money by cutting DEI.
No. Yeah.
I said, where that money at there? Come on, you cut DEI, put that money into something.
Right. Agree with you 100%. I will admit, this isn't, I thought there was going to be a change. I have to be careful how I say this. I thought there was going to be a change because I did see a change during campaigning. But slowly but surely, I'm seeing a regression to the 4 years ago person. I'll leave it at that.
Yeah. And no, and that's scary because we thought he was a little different when he was campaigning. Let's say the wolf in sheep's clothing, so to speak.
Yeah.
Never don't change his spots. We'll see.
We'll see. We'll see who we have in 4 years from now. But I think the Republicans will take it again.
Oh, you think the next president will continue? Well, we're going to be Trump. So you think the Republican Party will continue on with the next election?
Yeah, probably. I don't know who they would push, but my guess would be Vance, since he seems to be on this whole Trump thing right now, and they seem just alike. Right now, the Democratic Party doesn't have anyone. Well, they do have one person, but that person just signed a contract for 5 years.
I mean, I say it'll be interesting to see. I say but I think Vance would fall in the same problem that if Trump goes out and rest of this term, so to speak, comes out and goes and just have, bad approval rating and things get, really bad and something happen, and then Vance can't differentiate himself like Kamala couldn't do with Biden.
Mhm.
That would just be the kiss of death for Vance.
Yeah.
But like I say, it'd be interesting to see, who comes out of woodwork to run. And the crazy part about it, we'll know within a couple of years, because that's when, primaries and stuff, midterm stuff get started. So we'll see how that plays out. But like I said, if you saving all this quote unquote money, pass it on to a brother.
Yeah.
Pass it on to me. I mean, let us know in the comments, in the chat. I mean, do you think this cuts in spending is being seen on that level where average Americans can notice the difference?